Hey, what up, guys? It's Julie Vamps speaking. And on today's show, we've got a young boxing legend in the making, first of all. Knocking people out. Just what a killer hook, man.
I'm trying.
Damn. I was like, well, I'm a little nervous to have you on the show. Junior, the young god, first of all. Wait, how do you say your last name?
Younan.
Younan, okay.
Yeah.
Are you Spanish?
I'm Egyptian.
Okay, Egyptian. Okay, I made sure to read that, but I wanted to make sure you weren't Spanish because I'm like, I feel like I got taken off a little bit because I was like, you look Spanish? Like Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And you're from Brooklyn, number one.
I'm from Brooklyn, yes.
You're a boxing child prodigy. That's number two.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Damn, so you started boxing right away. Your dad used to box, so you started boxing right away.
Yeah.
How did you not go, Dad, I don't want to fight, let me do something normal?
I don't know. I just spent so much time in the gym, and I built such a relation with everybody in the gym, so it felt like home for me at a young age. And, I just stuck with it. There were times that, I was like, damn, this shit sucks. When I was
can imagine.
Because, a lot of work, a lot of discipline, a lot of, not hanging out with your friends.
But look where you are today, so
yeah,
I mean.
No, it's amazing.
You got a lot of friends, so.
Yeah.
So between that, you just doing it straight out the womb, what made you start boxing? Like, what was an interest for you that, you just said, you said you were always in the gym, but what really sparked an interest for you?
Winning.
Yeah,
winning, there's no other feeling, we got to travel a lot, a lot of different tournaments. Been to, a lot of different states as a child, and it was fun, getting on the plane, going to a tournament.
That's not bad.
And winning, Exactly. Yeah, it was dope.
You made your dad proud, didn't you?
Oh man, I like to think so. He's definitely a tough critic sometimes, but
definitely. So, did you ever feel that you were overwhelmed by the hype that you got at a young age?
Yeah. It was especially when I turned pro. I turned pro when I was 18.
Right. That's like a month after your 18th birthday, right?
Yeah, and it was a lot. They were paying me good, and I had just got my own apartment, and it was different for me.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. It was a lot to take in,
But you had an incredible record, first of all, as an amateur. It was 90 and
96 and 6.
96 is a damn.
Yeah. It was
See, the reports got it wrong. They got me looking stupid out here right now. I was like, 90 and 5? He was like, nah, 96 and 6. Fix that figure. Yeah. But that's a incredible record, first of all, for somebody that, would you start boxing, I guess, professionally at 6 or 8? Amateur.
I had my first amateur fight when I was 8 years old. I had my first fight when I was 6. Won my first national tournament when I was 10. And then I was ranked number 1 in the country from when I was 10 till I was 16. And then I hurt my shoulder, and I was out for my 17th year. And then I turned pro when I healed up. Yeah. And
you won that fight right away.
Yeah. My debut was cool.
That
was in Brooklyn.
Right. And wait, I want to say, I forgot the exact location in Brooklyn, but it was where?
Aviator,
okay. Yeah. How did the people feel with you coming there and just putting on for Brooklyn?
It was dope because as an amateur, I really didn't get to fight in New York. I was always fighting out of state, national tournaments and stuff, so I've never really fought in New York when I was a kid.
But at least you got to do that at your first pro fight.
Yeah,
That's good.
It was dope.
So how did it, just to switch gears a little bit, how did it feel to be trained by your dad, who was also a boxer at one point in his career?
It's a love-hate relationship. Has its pros and its cons.
You could call it the Mathew Knowles and Beyonce effect almost, because you're so good.
Yeah. It's like I said, it has its pros and its cons, and we make it work though. As I get older and I focus more, it's a little bit easier.
Is he still managing you today?
Yeah, still my trainer.
Definitely. That's awesome. So do you think that the push was way too much, or do you think it's what you needed to be today from your father? Because he gets a little bit of a flack in the media with how he used to train you.
Yeah. I think it made me what I am. People, were, I guess, very judgy about, his tactics of training me when I was younger. But, where are they?
That's always a good thing. I always say that too. A lot of people have a lot to say, but they don't have a lot on their plate. So
exactly.
they're not really eating. So
Exactly.
starving out here. Definitely. So like, who's a favorite boxer for you growing up?
Roy Jones is my favorite fighter of all time. You know, I feel like every fighter has to look up to Floyd, even if you don't like the way he fights, business wise. He's
very smart man.
Yeah, the things he's done in the sport, you know, he paved the way for a lot of people to make a lot of money. Definitely.
And you did say you said before in a previous interview that you compared yourself to both of them. Do you feel like you're better than them now, or you think you have that capacity to get better?
Oh no, I have a long way to go. So, you know, maybe a few similarities, but you know, I think I've grown out of fighting like anybody else.
Right.
You know, think it's more me growing into myself. And yeah, you know, I take pieces from everybody though, and I try to put it together. Definitely.
What's your next biggest show, by the way, that's coming up? Are you training right now for any fights?
I don't have an actual date yet. It was supposed to be the first week of June, but you know, it got pushed back, and so I've just been training. I got to go out to California for camp. My dad is training another fighter, Paulie Malignaggi. He's fighting. He's doing a bare knuckle fight in Tampa, Florida, June 22nd. So we're getting him ready.
What do you think is harder, bare knuckle or?
Yeah, bare. That's crazy.
Would you ever do bare knuckle fighting or?
For the right price.
Damn, but your face would get messed up.
Yeah, but
that's what I was thinking.
For
like
the bag, I mean, would it really? I don't know.
Ducking we?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Don't get hit too much.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I haven't seen you get hit much at all.
Yeah,
in any of your fights.
Yeah, we work in the gym, and you know, it translates.
Definitely. And what do you think is the hardest part of preparing for a fight? The actual fight, or
the dieting, you know, sleeping right. It's all the little things. The actual fight, you know, yeah, there's gonna be rough fights, but the actual fight is nothing compared to, you know, 8 weeks of breaking your back. You know,
that's true.
You know, it's not even close.
Definitely. And also, just before we start to wrap this up, you were signed to DiBella Entertainment. What's the difference with being with Rocnation now versus them? Do you feel like Rocnation actually took your career to a different level, or do you think that what's the main differences between being signed to the different two companies?
Rocnation, I think they just have a bigger network. They've gotten, you know, to help me do things that I like, you know, not even just in the sport, you know, a lot of philanthropy things, and you know, I got to go speak in my old high school, and you know,
and how was that?
Thanksgiving initiatives, and you know, different things. We did a toy drive with the Carter Foundation with Jay-Z's mom. So it's just a lot of things like that, man. And I think that's what life's about at the end of the day. You know, helping people, giving, and just, you know, showing love. Definitely.
And, you know, I like the fact that you said that you went back to your old high school, because a lot of people really don't. Yeah. And if they do, it's like kind of like a flashy thing. How did you feel going back to your old high school?
It was dope. Because I didn't get to finish, but, you know, I got to, you know, tell them, you know, if they stay focused and follow their dreams, you know, they could do whatever the hell they want. You know, I'm from the same place as them. Right. And I'm, you know, I'm not where I want to be, but, you know, I'm on my way.
You definitely are on your way. You're a lot closer than most people. So this is my favorite part of this show. It's called 5 Fast Facts. Let everybody know some 5 fast facts about yourself that you're comfortable with.
Damn.
For your fans.
I don't know. I like to cook.
Oh, wow. That's fun. That's a good one.
I want to see like 50 countries before I'm 50.
That's a good one too.
Man, I don't know. I'm like an open book, but having a block.
You could do your favorite color or whatever.
My favorite color? I don't know. I wear black every day.
As we can all see today.
Yeah, every day. That's all I wear. I'm not really...
Stay incognito.
But when I fight, I dye my hair a different color every fight. Usually, the last I think there was like maybe 2 fights where I didn't, but usually I do.
What's the purpose of that, real quick?
Just a little flash, you know. people, you know, remember things like that. Yeah. You know, even if you don't like the way I fight, you're still gonna remember. Oh, the guy had green hair.
That's true.
Exactly. So,
we're up to 3 or 4.
That was 4, I think. 3, 4.
Yeah. Try to get slick.
I was trying to escape.
He's like, no, it's 4.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know.
What's a favorite brand of yours, or a favorite food
brand.
too?
Favorite food, favorite brand. Favorite brand. That's rough. Fun fact. Just any fun fact?
Yeah, any fun fact.
I only buy my jeans from PacSun.
That's what I used to.
Right?
Yeah. It's like they used to do the 2 for $55.
Yeah. Like,
now it's like 2 for something else.
They only those are the only jeans that fit me right now.
That's actually interesting. For like a very successful boxer, he said, I only buy my jeans from PacSun.
Yeah, I don't.
He's Mark Zuckerberg in this right now, by the way. Keep your money in your pockets, folks.
Favorite food, man. I'm like really big into like Chinese food. I don't know.
Real Chinese food or New York Chinese food is the real question.
Real Chinese food.
All right, you gotta.
Asian food, period, is like my favorite type, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
That's not bad. At least you said real Chinese food. I really thought you were gonna be like, yeah, the one on the corner.
Nah.
Fried rice and fried chicken. Well, you can't eat that anyway. You're trained.
I'm a foodie though. It's terrible. Like it's so hard to make weight sometimes.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I would fail in that. I tried boxing. It's so hard, by the way.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
Yeah, nah. I mean, people think it's just getting in the ring and throwing punches.
No.
Nah,
I gassed out after 60 seconds. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot to
it. I was like on the floor. I felt like I was having a heart attack. I was like, wow. Not trying this sport again.
Definitely.
But Junior, thank you so much for joining us today. That's
so
number
much.
1.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing anything about yourself, because most people don't, especially when you're on your level. They're like, nah, man, too cool for that. You gotta really know me. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys so much for listening.